What's good, NCAA 14 fans? Today we got a complete 4-3 under defensive scheme for you guys. This is just going to be showing you guys the blitzes and stuff like that. We're in the demo, but we have a pretty good feel for what's going to be going down in NCAA 14. So let's hop into the audibles here for the 4-3. We're actually in the Virginia Tech defensive playbook. This can be found in multiple playbooks though. Defensive audibles here, they're all from the 4-3 sets, so it will work in Madden 25. We have the 4-3 under mid blitz, the 4-3 over zone blitz, 4-3 under Michael Cross 3. We love that play from Madden 13. 4-3 stack, Sam 3 fire, and 4-3 stack, Will 2 fire. That's going to be our base audibles. And let's get into the plays. Let's get into breakdown. And as you guys remember, in Madden 20, or not Madden 25, but Madden 13, we loved coming out in the 4-3 under. And I still love that philosophy. And we're going to come in in the 4-3 under, will punch 3 seam, if not every play, almost every play. Now I'm just going to come out in a shotgun set just to show you the blitzes and show you how they work here. So we're just going to be using the demo as because that's the only way we can show you. So will punch 3 seam. All you're going to do is you're going to base the line, and you're going to press so you make it look like a cover 2. You're going to spread your line out, and that's all you need to do. If you take a look at the blitz angles here, you see that the linebacker is going to come through the B gap untouched, and sometimes the center will slide over, and that's the one situation I want to talk about. Is if that center does slide over, then you're going to need to make a quick adjustment on your defensive line, and we're going to talk about that right now. So actually we're going to talk about that in a minute. The next play in the scheme is going to be you're just going to come out, you're still coming out in your will punch 3 seam, but you're going to quickly audible into your Michael Cross 3, and all you're going to do with this, this is in second and long situation, you're going to make the audible into the will punch, into the Michael Cross. You're going to place this linebacker in a flat zone, and you're going to pass commit, and then you're just going to flow up in the middle of the field here and force him to take an underneath route. And what it's going to do is, and if I had any sticks to go at all, but I'm doing this with 2 controllers, but what it's going to do is it's going to force them to take the underneath stuff, and then you're going to make a quick tackle, get them in third and long. That's the concept of the defense. So as we move into that will punch 3 seam adjustment now, that's your main first and 10 play, and let's talk about the will punch 3 seam and why that blitz did not come in very clean the first time. And the main issue is because they have adjusted the center alignment this year. So the center seems to play a little smarter, not much, but still a little smarter. So the overload doesn't work as well. Like, you can't do the spine and contain anymore. That's pretty much out of the question at this point. But as far as will punch 3 seam goes, base the line, press, spread line, and then they have a new feature in this, and I think this will be in Madden 25. It's called quarterback contain. What this it's basically it was what crash the line out was, and all it does is it puts these ends on contains instead of crash line out, and it plates the defensive tackles on outside blitz angles. So what you want to do is you want to re-blitz both ends when that occurs, and then it's basically just like Madden 13. We're going to come right off the edge here and get a sack. And I'm actually going to show you that one more time because for some reason it didn't come in quite clean enough for my liking for what I wanted to show. I think it had something to do with the linebacker. You have to baseline press to keep the linebacker still. That's kind of important, and I'm not quite sure I pressed. See, now that I'm pressed, linebacker's going to stay still, and I'm going to come off the edge here with your boy Kevin McDowell, or whoever he is. I don't think they have the real actual names in this. So anyways, that's the 4-3 under will punch 3 seam play. Let's talk about the 4-3 under edge sting blitz, and it's going to be a blitz we use to generate heavy pressure in multiple ways. We know how the blitzes are set up, but all I want you guys to do today, as far as setting up this blitz and practice mode and stuff like that, you're going to spread the line, and then you're going to crash your line down. You see how we crash the line down here, and you're going to re-blitz this guy right here, Simmons. Okay, the importance of you re-blitzing Simmons so that the pressure, you're not going to re-blitz Simmons. If you re-blitz Simmons, that's going to mess it up. Sorry about that. And then you're just going to take your safeties, you're going to put him in a purple, you're going to put this safety in a purple, you're going to put these corners in yellows. And that's a pretty good screen coverage, that's what I call it. And this is a situation where if you kind of know where your opponent's going to go, you want to call this play, it's going to stop everything quick, and you're going to generate quick pressure off the edge. Sometimes pressure will come through the A gap, sometimes it will come to the edge. Real quick here, we're going to super sim so that we get back on defense. And while we're doing that, I want to talk a little bit about the edge sting And the edge sting is a blitz that can be ran in several different ways. We're going to show you another way to get it so you get 2 guys free. And it's just a really cool blitz to use. Now, talking defensively here, the way that I ran this defense all of last year, when I was really trying and I was really wanting to put my foot on somebody, what I would do would be I'd come out, whoop up 3 seam 1st and 10, then I go to my Michael Cross, and then depending on the 3rd down, I would go to the 4-4-2 deep, or the 4-3 over plus cover 4. And I would bring double side pressure out of those 2 plays and just jump the quick stuff and force them to take the underneath stuff if it was 3rd and long and force them to throw it hot if it was short yardage. So, just a quick overview of the scheme as far as the way it's going to work in Madden and NCAA. I would use the edge sting as if you were using the 4-4, so that if you wanted to bring pressure quick, you would use the edge sting. Basically the same way you were using, if you guys bought the guide, or not bought the guide, but saw the guide last year, basically as if you were using the 4-4. Okay, so now moving on to the edge sting's double side pressure setup. This one is a little glitchy. Not glitchy, but just kind of testy. Sometimes it comes in double side, sometimes it doesn't. The way they made the game this year, they're trying to eliminate the easy double pressure. But all you're going to do is you're going to spread line crash out. Or actually, it's actually called quarterback contained, but I just call it crash out because it's what it's been called forever. Reblitz both defensive ends and then spread the line. That's all you have to do to set the blitz up. And if you see, as you see here, you're going to be coming, one guy's going to come free for sure. And then most of the times we're going to get 2 guys free. Sometimes that blitz angle will come in. Sometimes the end on the left will come in. If you guys notice the game's a little slower. That's mainly because it's a demo. So when we get into real game, I think these blitzes will work even better. Okay. Moving on to the next play in the 4-3 under defensive scheme, we have the Sam Blitz 2. It's going to be the same thing as the last year. All we're going to have to do to this is base the line, spread line, crash up, re-blitz the end on the right, and re-blitz the end on the left. And you see we're going to be coming off the right side pressure. Okay. Now, that's just a play to kind of mix in. I don't run that at all really much, and there you saw why, because the pressure's not as consistent. Moving on to the next play we have in the scheme, we're going to start going through the audibles. This is mainly just to show you concepts. The Michael Cross would be what we would normally call in this situation, but for purpose of the video, it's hard to figure out where. This is the mid blitz. We don't want that one. This is the Understand Shark 3. Or no, this is the zone blitz. So the zone blitz, all we're going to do with this is we're going to spread the line. We're going to re-blitz the defensive end on the left side here. We're going to place the defensive tackle here in a deep blue zone. We're going to spy the defensive tackle on the left. And we're going to put the middle linebacker here in a flat zone. User all over the field with him. The main thing you're going to watch out here is just the quick stuff. And you see the 2-man pressure is going to get a quick block shed come in because it's basically an overload blitz concept. Problem is, what people don't realize about it is that it really is the way it works. It's a quick block shed, so you just have to trust the block shed to get in. But I mean, you have 9 guys in coverage, so it's going to be a nice mix-up in a situation like that where you've usually been sending the dogs, and that's kind of what we're doing with that. The next couple plays we're going to be talking about is 4-3 stack. I think 4-3 stack's the most consistent in terms of pressure this year. 4-3 under is still kind of sketchy. 4-3 over plus still kind of sketchy. I think 4-3 stack's going to be. It was good last year. I think it's going to be even better this year. Simply because people are going to have to rely on the quick pressure. And out of 4-3 stack, it's very simple. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But I think I already put out a tip on a 4-3 stack, a simple blitzing concept from it. But we're going to actually get into 2 plays that I like to use from the 4-3 stack. And it's the same exact plays I used last year, so that would be nice to have basically have the same scheme and run it the same way. It just works a little differently how I have to blitz, how I have to set up the blitz and all that. But other than that, I mean, it's basically the same thing. We're just we're just in a different season, so that's kind of nice to have that. Now, anyways, moving on to the next play in the 4-3 under defensive scheme here, the 4-3 under base. You're going to come out in your 4-3 under, and then what you're going to do, these are situations, these are just mix-up plays. we've kind of gotten you into the sound scheme and the sound philosophy of the defense, and now we're starting to go into the mix-up plays. So if we hit square R1 and we base the line and we press and we spread the linebackers, we're in Sandfire 3, of course, and we're just going to spread the line out. And we do not crash the line out in 4-3 stack, guys. Trust me, you don't want to do that. You are going to contain your defensive tackles, and you're going to re-blitz your right of screen linebacker. As you see, you're going to get the edge pressure from the defensive end. So that's cool. That's great. That's exactly what we need. And that's the cool part about the 4-3 stack. It seems like the pressure is more consistent. So if you're having problems getting pressure, you really need to gas him up. I would highly suggest working out of the 4-3 stack more in this defense. Okay, the way I have it designed, you can do that if you want to, but it's not really meant to do that. So that's the right side pressure. Let's talk about the left side pressure. Will fire 2. This is a cover 2 defense. So it's the same blitz, but from a different shell. Okay, so as you see, we have the same look, and we're coming off the back side, so our other side here. So we're going to contain the defensive tackle. We're going to re-blitz the left of screen linebacker, and we're going to contain the defensive tackle. Actually, I like to re-blitz that defensive tackle when I'm bringing pressure left. And as you see here, we're going to come right through the B-gap. We actually got 2 guys free there. Just a phenomenal blitz, guys. I'm telling you right now, that it really is a good scheme. You guys want to get this working for you. Now let's talk double side pressure. In case you really want to gas them up in situations like this, 3rd and 26, they're gonna have to send a lot of vertical routes. And for this, I have I use the Sandfire 3. And what I'll do is I'll do the same. It's the same concepts. We're gonna spread the line, and we're gonna contain both defensive tackles, and we're gonna re-blitz both outside linebackers. Now you're in a cover 3 shell. What you want to do with this, though, is what I like to do is I'll put the middle linebacker in a deep blue zone. I'll put these safeties here in yellow zones, and I'll go ahead and just back the coverage up, because I mean realistically it's not gonna matter if they know what coverage you're in. They're in 3rd and 26, and snap the ball. You're gonna see 2 people come free just like last year. A huge concept that we're gonna need to carry over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that from the 4-3 stack. And really quick, I want to talk about one other play, and this is simply not necessarily a coverage defense. This is more or less a defense you want to run in 3rd and short, or just kind of a fill you out defense, and that's kind of why I put it in here. It's actually one of the best fill you out defenses in the game, in my opinion. You're not going to get killed with it, especially the way they've improved. They have improved zone coverage this year. I'm going to have some offensive tips coming up soon. I feel like defense is more important, and it's definitely more important to me, but I feel like overall defense is more important. So anyways, let's get into this play. This play is a simple play to come out in. You don't have to do anything to it, and it's just a nice solid play to establish some stuff. So let me just punt the ball real quick, and it's actually our last audible. And this is actually in the slot where the 4-4 was last year, so it's basically replacing the 4-4. And it replaces it fairly good. It's not as good. I'd rather have the 4-4, but due to the Madden 25 audible system, we're not going to be able to do that. However, I have noticed that in NCAA demo, or in the demo, you can audible from 2 tight end sets to 5 wide. So I don't know if the same rules are going to apply to the NCAA. I know at least they don't apply to the demo. Anywho, guys, the play is the 4-3 under mid blitz. I'm just going to come out in it and show you. You see, if you take a look at the play out here, you have the 2 hooks, flat, and a purple, and the 3D. Okay, so it's pretty good coverage overall. And we want to talk about a couple things. I'm going to come out in the halfback draw here just to show you why I love this play. A lot of people, if you play elite players, what they're going to do is they're going to come out and they're just going to try and establish a inside running game, just a quick run game to kind of keep you honest. And the mid blitz is just going to take the draw away. You're not going to be able to run draw against it. Next thing that mid blitz is going to do is it's going to force your opponent to make a read. It's an awkward coverage. It's a very different coverage. And one adjustment I will go ahead and say that I make a lot, find myself making a lot, is I will put the cornerback on the outside in a purple zone or a hook zone, depending on what I feel like I want. If I want standard or immediate coverage in the hooks, or in the curl flats, I'll put that. If I want immediate coverage in the flats and then into the curl flats, I will put the purple. Okay? So we have this, and again, we want to spread a line so it looks the same. You see these unique blitz angles from the linebackers, they never change, which is nice. So, in a passing situation, you're going to be 4-on-4, but you're going to get a quick block shed, and there's really nowhere they can get you deep. And there you see we get the pick. Just a phenomenal defensive scheme, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this defensive scheme. This is a basic 4-3 under. This is your base defense. This is not necessarily your defense where you want to get adjusty. This is a defense that you could come in and establish and kind of fill your opponent out, kind of see what he's doing. Just stick to the rules. We'll punch through seam and then Michael cross, and then adjust out of that on third down. Third down is the biggest down in the game. Make sure you're calling the right play. Make sure you're calling the right concepts. Appreciate you guys checking out these plays. Hopefully you guys learned some blitz setups. Hopefully you guys can be more effective at defense in NCAA 14 because of this video. Guys, if you enjoy the NCAA videos or you would like some more football content, overall I have a ton of Madden 13 videos on my YouTube channel. Also, we'll have plenty more NCAA 14 videos coming. Actually, you'll probably see maybe 1 to 2 NCAA 14 videos a day. I'm going to try and get everything done for NCAA 14 before Madden comes out. So from now until August, this is what I'm going to be doing. So I appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out the video. Make sure to like it, leave a comment if you have any questions. Last but not least, guys, maybe just check out the channel, check out some of the older videos. I'll leave some annotations on the screen for you guys to look at. Anyways, guys, we appreciate you guys checking out this video, and we will see you guys next time.